All right, so these billion-dollar corporations that create so much fake food, so much like GMO, genetically modified food, and processed food, and that has so much like chemicals in it and stuff. These same corporations, like huge billion-dollar corporations that are ran by like people who run the world, right? They have us, like the people, regular people, working, like spending the majority of our time and our energy at their jobs, working for them to serve their corporation, to continue to destroy humanity. Like, that's so crazy to me. I work at a job now, and I'm only really at this job for a paycheck. Like, I'm only really at this job to get paid, so I can, pay my bills and, like what typical people need money for, right? But if you think about it, I'm giving this job or this corporation majority of my energy. I'm giving them majority of my time, because most of my days I'm like going to work, right? I'm working like 6 to 8 hours, and then I go home, I go to sleep, and then I wake back up and I go right back to work. So from my point of view, from us like regular people, we spend majority of our lives at their job. And if you think about like what their job or what their corporation does, right? Their corporation literally, like for an example, Walmart sells so much fake food, so much processed stuff, a whole bunch of like nonsense that literally, like destroys people. And in order for us to get paid, we're going to those jobs and helping them destroy humanity. It's kind of insane, Like, why am I giving this corporation that's ran by people who literally want to like destroy society, or who literally want to run the world and just keep the people who are broke? Like, why am I spending majority of my energy and majority of my time at their job? So it's like we're doing all this just for a piece of paper, just for to pay our bills or to survive. But it's like, is it even worth it though? Because if you're working at a job that's like, they pay like minimum wage, or most jobs don't pay minimum wage, but if you're working at a job that, pays like in that area, in that range, like $18 an hour, $17 an hour, $19 an hour. If you're working at a job like that or less, if you're working at a job like that, like, if you think about it, is that even worth putting all your time and your energy into when the corporation itself is not doing anything really good or beneficial to like society? Like, if you work at Walmart, is it even worth putting 40 hours a week into working at Walmart to get a paycheck when Walmart literally doesn't really benefit society at all? I mean, yeah, it sells us like goods to survive, but like I said, majority of the stuff at Walmart is not even real, like it's fake. And it's not even just Walmart, but like other corporations too, which honestly, majority of these corporations are literally ran by like the same people. Like, it's just like a chain connection. And I'm just looking like, if you really look at it from like a more like higher perspective, we are really being treated like peasants, or like just little slaves that are just doing the work for the people who don't give a fuck about humanity at all. Like, we're out here doing the work for people who are trying to keep the poor, or trying to keep the broke, while they stay rich. And we're doing the work for them. So like, yeah, they pay us to pay our bills and to, survive, but like, it's dumb. It's not worth it, because look who you're working for. a corporation that's literally trying to keep people broke and trying to keep people, at a really low frequency and in poverty. And it just really doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would I give Target 40 hours a week of my time, of my energy, when Target is literally like a store that sells overpriced stuff, that sells a whole bunch of fake food with a lot of chemicals and sugar in it. Majority of the stuff at Target, and not even just Target, but majority of the stuff at stores like, Target, isn't grown from the ground. Like, majority of that is fake. I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I honestly think capitalism just needs to be like completely destroyed and rebuilt in like a more smarter and fair way. Because capitalism now is, not only is it not fair, because like it's really just keeping the broke and it's helping the rich stay rich. But one thing I notice about like my job and the way my life is right now, I'm literally like noticing that slavery is literally like still here. It's just that today's slavery is just more modern, Like getting up and going to work every single day to make somebody else successful, it's literally slavery. Like you investing all of your energy and your time into making someone else successful just so that you can get paid. Like, that's literally slavery. So if you're young and you still got the opportunity, well, even if you're older, you like as long as you're still alive, you still have the opportunity. But like, invest your energy and your time into yourself to make yourself successful. Go into a job that's ran by like a corporation, literally does nothing for you but get you paid. But at the end of the day, like, it's not making you successful at all. It's not building anything for you. Like, the people who created those corporations, you're making them more successful. You're making them eat, while you're just giving all your time and your energy away to their job. Like that's really slavery, honestly. All right. And what's also like so crazy to me? This world literally conditions you and builds you up to literally work for somebody else. It does not teach you how to build like skill and to learn like knowledge so that you could be successful yourself, or that you can like have something for yourself, Like college, school, all that, yeah, it's education, but it's literally building you up just to work for someone. And I mean, a 9-to-5 job is literally the same thing, just a little bit worse. And it's like, we're all just doing this, just for a piece of paper to pay our bills, just to survive. We're helping people keep people not only broke, but we're helping people keep people, like in a really low frequency. Because if you think about it, when you're like going to these jobs every single day, just slaving away and giving away your time, like in your energy, because that's the most important thing, like what do you think that will eventually do for you? Like if you're working 40 hours a week every single week, or or even more, and you're just giving all your energy and your time away, like what do you think that'll do for you? It literally like lowers your frequency. Not only that, like you don't have time to even, say if you're creative or you have some type of like passion, say you want to do music or something, how would you ever even have the energy and the creativity to even invest in music or whatever you want to do if majority of your week is spent at a job? Like, how is that even possible? And that's how like our world is really ran by elites, because the people who created all this, the people who created and run capitalism, are the same people that literally like damn near run this country, and they want the typical American to work for somebody, or to be basically be a slave. They don't want like the typical person or American to think for themselves, because if, or to, invest their energy and their time into themselves. Because if you did, you'll be able to actually be successful and be somebody. But they don't want that. That's why, there's so many jobs, and that's why college exists, so that you can, get an education, so that you could literally just go work for somebody or in an office or something. But I really feel like capitalism, especially with the way that it's going, is not going to last for much longer, Like, I feel like something is definitely going to change, because not only are we like slaving at jobs, but also these same jobs hardly even pay us enough to even afford rent. Jesus. These same jobs, these same corporations hardly even pay us enough to afford rent, or to even, like make it, to even do something. So it's like we're in like a rat race, or on like a hamster wheel, just running in a circle. And honestly, me personally, like, I'm the type where like I can never really stay at one job for a long time, Like, I never really like commit to a job, because it's like having a job and working, like a 9 to 5 job, isn't for me. And so it's like majority of my life, I'm always like going from job to job, But dude, it's so crazy how the rich literally fights to keep the poor more poor, and to keep them more rich. Like, it's crazy how, in order for you to be, in order for you to live the life that you want, you got to take from other people, or you got to like do other people wrong, basically, in order for you to stay rich, or in order for you to, live the life that you want. Like, that's literally how our capitalism system is. The people who are rich fight every single day for not only for them to stay rich, but for the poor to stay poor. That's what I mean by like capitalism is literally like so unfair. Honestly, I could just talk about this like all day, but I'm gonna just end this video here. Yeah, I'm gonna just end the video here, honestly. But I do want to talk about that a little bit more too. But all right, y'all.